make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Frema. I'm in the car today. I'll have mommy duties at the track meet, but however, we must consume our day with positive energy and, spreading the word of good things. We have on today Kawonna Maple. She's the founder of Annie Lee Personal Care, LLC. She's going to give us a little history, tell us how she got started and exactly what is the Annie Lee Personal Care. So without further ado, let's bring on Kawonna Maple. Hello, how are you
Hello,
today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am fine on this fine Saturday. I hope you're having a good day so far.
Yes, ma'am. God's plan. Yes, ma'am. So I
Absolutely,
want to tell you a little bit
absolutely.
about my business. It's Annie Lee's
Okay.
Personal Care. I named it after my grandmother, the late Annie Lee Maple. And
Oh, that's
what
nice.
inspired me was my grandmother. Um, growing up, she raised us in the home and she taught us everything that we know. And she always used to say, all I want to do is have time to talk with y'all. Y'all just don't have time to talk anymore. And that stuck with
Oh,
me. So when I got down and sick in the hospital, when I see how God brought me out that hospital bed, I said, you know
mm,
what, God, I know this is my calling. That's what you have for me. So I'm gonna try to um deal with people how you dealt with me. You healed me. You gave me
right.
encouraging words. You got me out the hospital bed. You got me walking again. You got me talking again. So that I want to instill that in any other elderly person or young person that's
Oh,
going
young
through the
person.
same thing that I went through. So it's a lot of people out there
Absolutely.
that need this. So what I did was I started a home health care a home health care business to where I would go into the
Okay.
homes and I would take care of the people and I would treat them like family. Because sometimes family members don't have time. They have to go to work, they have to go to
Right.
school, they have their own kids to take care of. So I come and I step into the home and I take care of them and I treat them like children. And it started out me working in the nursing home. And I feel like
Okay.
well, this is my opinion. They weren't treating like
Mhm.
they should be treated. So I said, well,
Right.
once they leave the
Okay.
nursing home, I'm going to go with them, and I'm going to go into their home. And what we do is we're going to the home, we take care of them, we clean, we cook, we run errands, we
Oh, wow.
make doctor's appointments, we administer medicine, we do all that. And I keep saying we, but it's only just me. But I know my business is going to grow by the grace of God. He's got his
Absolutely.
hands on it. I'm currently looking for a building to rent or even buy to have the
Right.
elderly and the youth to come in and get taken care of like they supposed to, or just show them love, just
Right.
celebrate them in their season because they need that. Yeah, we always
They
forget about the
absolutely do.
elderly or the sick or the shut, and we forget about those because we're doing our own thing, running our own life, however it is, and we tend to forget about the ones that need us. So I'm in need of taking care of everybody. That's what I want to do. I want to take care of people. I want to treat people like they want to be treated. I want to love on them a
Right.
little because tomorrow's not promised to nobody. So let me
You're
show them
absolutely right
love
about
while
that.
they're here. We don't have to always be family to show other people love. So that's what I'm all about,
Absolutely.
showing them love, showing them compassion, showing them all that they need when they're not getting it at home.
Absolutely. And one thing that I noticed that stood out to me that you mentioned is you went through it. You get what I'm saying? You mentioned that you were hospitalized and you had to learn things again. And sometimes it takes someone to relate to a situation to understand how deep and serious it is. For someone that hasn't went through it, they may not understand what it takes for the other person to actually care for them. So to say you actually can relate and you know how it feels, that's amazing. That's something you should share, with your people that you do take care of, family, because at the end of the day, you do have to try to sell yourself so the loved ones can trust you with their loved one. And that is something, Kawana, that they'll be like, you know what, she went through it, so she know what it takes. I know she's gonna take care of mom, grandma, sister, or what have you. So that's amazing that you shared that with us because that instills trust, in that person for their love. And so kudos to you. How do like if someone wanted to get in touch with you, how do they contact you, Kawana?
Okay. Before I give you that information, I want to tell you, yes, I have compassion for them, and because I've been through this, because I have multiple
Right.
sclerosis. And in
Oh, okay.
2015, I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk. But look at me now. God can do anything he want to do,
Right.
anything. So that kept me having faith on what I was going through. So when I get into these nursing homes, or I go into the home and they feel like they want to give up, I'm like, no, look at me. I made it out. Do not give
Right.
up. God's plan is everything. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, my home business, my home office is 223 Mockingbird Drive, Cordova, South Carolina. My business number is 803-614-5088. My home number is 987-4971. I might be saying that wrong. I apologize.
That's
And my
okay.
my email is kawannnicole@gmail.com. And if they want to get in contact with me, they can get in contact with me with any of those moments on once a week. I try to pass out gift bags to the elderly. God put it in
Oh,
my spirit to go
wow.
door to door, but I haven't been doing it for 2 weeks because I've been down sick. So I had to wait till I stopped the coughing and doing all that
Right.
before I go to the elder because I don't want to spread anything. I make sure I got
Absolutely.
get my vaccines checking everything because I don't want to go around them and spreading anything because their body is their immune is so intact so they can't handle all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I do all
Yeah.
that, and then God put it in my spirit, say go and show these people some love because they need. I know I'm not gonna be able to
They
reach
need it.
everybody, but those that I reach, I'm gonna have an impact on them. I treat them like family. We are family. I'm
Like
gonna take care
family.
of you. I'm gonna love on you. Whatever you need, I got it. Don't worry about it. God put me in that position, and I'm gonna do just that.
Absolutely. What do you tell the individuals that want to pursue this type of career but don't know if there's something they can, a lot of people go into a career because other people do it, or, because my friend's doing it, I think I'm going to do it. So what do you tell someone who's not sure if there's something they want to do? What advice would you give them?
First and foremost, I would say if you don't have the compassion in the heart, don't get into
Yeah.
this medical field because you got to love them. You got to, even if you having problems on the outside, once you step in that building, them problems stay on the outside. You got to
Yeah.
show them because some people laying in the bed, they don't know what's going on. Some of them can't talk, can't walk, can't see. They don't know what's going on, but they can feel your vibration. You coming in with an attitude, that that's not their fault. So I
Yeah.
say this: if you, it's not about the money because the medical field doesn't have a lot of money. They think it does. If you don't have the heart and the compassion, please do not get into this field because this is not for you. But if you have the heart
Right.
and compassion, go for it. Go to the highest, next level. Go to the next level. Every time you get a piece of paper, or whatever, go to the next level. Because these people, is people out here that need us. They need
Yes.
us so bad, and
Right.
everybody's not going to come in with the same heart that I have. And I wish they would. That's why I want to get me a team that has the same heart as me, have the same compassion. Because I was in that bed for a month and a half, and
Mm.
God brought me out. I was in the hospital for a month and a half, couldn't walk and I couldn't talk. So I know how those people feel in that nursing bed. I know how they feel.
Yeah.
I know how they feel when you have to sit down and wait for somebody to wash you, somebody to change you, somebody to feed you. If you have never
Mm.
experienced that, please don't get. And if you don't have the compassion for that, please don't get the medical field. The
Don't
medical
do
field is
it.
not for you. If you're not open hearted to with these people and want to treat them people like human beings, don't get into that field. Don't get into it. Because I see this every day. This is something I see every day. It's
Yeah.
not nothing new. I see it every day. If you don't have, and I can, and how, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get off
Oh.
script. I don't want to get off script
Yeah,
and be
because I
upset
was
by
going to
what other
ask
people do.
something,
I don't
but
want to do that.
ask you something. I think you was about to take it there too, because I'll just ask this way. You don't have to answer. When you were, like you said, in that hospital bed, did you run across anyone that kind of didn't want to be there? Like you felt it in your spirit, or you had good people to actually help you?
To be honest with you, that scene that I had, she was awesome. She was awesome.
That's
She's a
good.
black young. I can't remember her name. I think her name is Kim because I was in Columbia at Lexington Hospital. She
Okay.
was an awesome CNA. Yes, she was. Even though she was going through her personal problems herself, because me and
Right.
her, I'm a people person. I want to talk to
So,
everybody. And she came in and she was telling me what was going on in the facility and at home and stuff like that. But that did not stop her from doing her job. And I thank her because she made sure I was dry and washed every day that I was in there, fed and everything. I mean, them people treated me so good. But
wow.
I have run across some people that don't do what they're supposed to do.
Do it. How does
But
that make you
yeah,
feel that you have a passion for that, and you see that? Like, how does that? What does that do for you internally?
it breaks my heart and I want to leave, but in my mind, God is telling me, no, you do your part and I'm going to do the rest. So that's what
Right.
makes me stay. That's what makes me stay, because God said, you do your part, you do what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna handle those people that's not doing what they're supposed
Right.
to do. Because God
Right.
can put you in that same situation that they're in right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm
That's the
telling you,
truth.
girl, he could put you in
That's
that
true.
same situation. That's why I already know how I feel to be in that bed, and I don't want to get back in that bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and
And
treat
that's
you
what
how
I
I
can't
want
get
to be treated.
over.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And
I would rather. No,
being
go
that the
ahead. I'm
pandemic
sorry.
is here, the family members can't come in and check on their family members. And in certain
Yeah.
facilities to
Oh.
where they're just real pretty when the family come, but then when the family leave, it's back to normal. I'm not getting washed. I'm
Yeah.
not getting fed. I'm not getting taken care of. It's a lot of that
Oh.
going on. But I want to take my clients out of the nursing home into a regular home, to
A
where they're getting
regular.
taken care
Yeah.
of and they're getting watched around the clock and not being mistreated. I just don't like that. I just don't like that at all.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I would rather, if I had to, if there's a time I had to choose someone to take care of a loved one, I would rather choose someone that has been through it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Yeah.
I can't get over that. It's very seldom you find someone that actually been through it, especially in this type of, what we're talking about with a home care. It's rare you find someone that actually went through it, and they're going to do right. Because you
Right.
had somebody, you wanted somebody to do right by you. So Kawonna, I can see you going really, really far with this.
Yes,
Share that
ma'am.
story. Let people know that I've been through it, and I'm here to take care of your loved one the same way they took care of me. That's amazing.
Right.
That really
Yeah,
is.
because that's
It really
I'm
is.
their inspiration. Because I know a lot of people on those deathbeds wishing they were dead. I had a client yesterday. She
Oh.
told me, don't make me cry. She told me yesterday, I said, well, you want to eat? She's like, no. She's like, you know what? I don't know why God got me here. I'm just ready to die. I was like, well, honey, it's
Mm.
not your turn. You have to wait your turn,
Right.
honey. God is not finished with you. You ain't seen everything you're supposed to see. You ain't hear everything you're supposed to hear. You have to wait on God. So, some people,
Yeah.
they lay in the nursing home. They don't want to hear nothing about that. They don't care. They just ready to go because they're
They
tired of
just
living
ready
their
to
life
go.
that they living. But if
Yeah.
you
And
leaving
some of them
somebody
feel like
in your
you're a
soil,
burden.
yeah,
Some of them
yeah.
feel like
If
they're
you're
a
leaving,
burden on you.
yeah, yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, because I went and watched my lady yesterday, and she's like, oh God, she just started praying. She's like, oh God, I thank you for sending somebody to take care of me. And this, that, the third, and all I could do was smile at her. And I was like, it's gonna be all right, honey.
Oh.
I'm here with you all day. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm make sure you're fed, you wash, and you dry. But what happens after I leave, I can't control. You
I
see what I'm saying?
know.
But if I have my own facility, I can go in at night, check on them, make sure they're dry. See, because I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I don't mind getting my hands
Right.
dirty because somebody
Right.
had to put their hands on me. You see what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
I can't
Absolutely.
control what's not when I'm not around, and that's kind of scary because you don't have the family member around. You got people in there don't do what they're supposed to do, but they're still getting
Yeah.
paid. You see what I'm saying? But I
That's
can't
so
get in that.
scary.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
hurtful. It's so
yeah.
hurtful.
It is.
Mm.
It is. It is. And I just want to hug
And
and
then,
kiss everybody.
yeah, like you mentioned early on, you got to leave your problems out there, because if they sense that you don't want to be bothered that day, they're not going to bother you if they got to go to the bathroom, or they're not going to bother you if they're hungry, because they know you're already in the mood. So, yeah, we got to definitely watch that. That
Right.
vibe means a lot. That vibe means
Right.
a lot.
It does. It
Wow, wow,
does. My
wow.
God. Yes, it does. Yeah, I've been battling with this for because I've been doing CNA work for like 6 years. I'm a phlebotomist and an EKG tech,
Okay.
and I do all that. But we the the clients need us more than we think we know. I mean, some of them
Right.
come off real harsh because the person before you probably cussed me out, taught me any kind of way,
Yep.
didn't wash me, didn't change me, so they're gonna have an attitude. And being that they
Yeah.
can't do it for themselves, they're like, well, I don't want you to come behind them and give me the same attitude. So I just rather for you not do it. But that
Right.
causes sores and all kind of stuff like that.
Oh.
And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Mm,
And see,
mm,
now it
mm.
has become a money situation. It's not about the care anymore. And see, the family members, they don't understand that. And I had to understand that working in a nursing home, the head people, they weren't about the money. They weren't about how the bills would get
Right.
paid.
Yeah.
The nurses is supposed to make sure the medicine is supposed to be administered. The CNAs is supposed to be the ones that have hands on with the patient. And I had to learn that going to nursing, because I was like, why are you not saying, you're the owner of the building administrator? Why are you not saying anything when these people get taken care of? But I didn't
Right.
realize that everybody has a position. But my thing is, you taking my money. Why you can't make sure I
Yeah.
get washed? Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just a money thing, and it's
100%.
sad that all y'all worrying about is money instead of human beings.
Yeah,
All human
yeah,
beings, we got to
that's the
get
truth.
taken care of.
It's
That's
funny you
crazy.
said that. It's funny you said that. I was in a clubhouse, the other day, and we were talking about marketing and stuff. And what do you think future of marketing would be? And I mentioned we need to go back to old school, word of mouth, being personable with people, because if people like you, they're gonna refer you to other people. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about that person. So if I own a company, I need to let them know who I am, that I'm personable, got manners. So people can refer you out. So that's with any type of position, any type of job. You have to be personable and love up on people, so they'll speak about you in a room full of people.
Right.
But I enjoyed this conversation with you, Kawonna. I don't want to hold you too long because of what we previously discussed before we came on. But kudos to you again. I don't want to dwell on it too hard, but you went through it. You came out of it. And it takes a person like you that know how it works, know how it go, and know what we need for our loved ones. So you're going to go very, very far with this. I appreciate you sharing this with us today. Is there anything else you want to put out there? Did you want to repeat your numbers and a way we can get in touch with you if we need you?
Yes, it's Kawonna Maple at at Annie Lee's Personal Care. 803-614-5088. 803-614-5088. My email address is kawannanecole@gmail.com. And my home number is 803-987-1471. I know that I got that wrong, but I get right. I never know my home number because I don't never call it. But I appreciate you having me. Yes, I appreciate you having me. And I'm be going around doors Sunday, knocking on doors, giving out gift baskets. I'm doing what God tell me to do. God told me to give them gifts and pass my business cards out. And it seemed like everybody I talked to about this said the same thing. Your business is gonna grow. And I thank God for the word. Because if it came out our mouth and He hears it, so He's gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
And I'm so grateful and I thank you.
Absolutely. I would definitely send people your way if I can. If it comes across, you'll be the first person to come to mind. I thank you so much for taking your time out and coming on the show today. And as we always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Frema, peace and love.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.